Hello, everyone. So I'm Dara Thomason, the weight and life coach for quilters, and I'm here with Julie Smith, who was able to go through my program back in January of 2020 for 3 months. So I'm just going to let Julie introduce herself and let you know what it was like for her to be in my program.
And it was actually January of 2021. So
What
just
did I
this
did I
year.
say 2020?
Yes,
Oh,
but
that's so
that's
funny.
okay. We lost a
2021,
year
you're
with
right.
COVID.
I know. It all kind of blends together.
Yeah. I'm Julie Smith, and I live in Los Lunas, New Mexico, which is just south of Albuquerque. And the way I found Dara was that I am involved with the Primitive Gatherings and Lisa Bonjean, and
Mhm.
she had a video with Dara, and I was intrigued, and I thought about it for a while, and I kept watching the free weekly videos,
Mhm.
and I just felt like this was more than just weight loss. I've lost weight before and put it back on, and was kind of stuck at much higher than I wanted to be,
Yeah.
and just needed some guidance. But so it took me about 4 months to commit
Mhm.
and decide that I really wanted to do it. I waited until after the holidays, but I already knew some of the strategies, and so I was trying to follow some of the diet strategies that Dara gave, and was lost a tiny bit and
Yeah.
didn't really gain over the holidays, but it worked really well. The thing about being in the group for me was that I found that I didn't need as much support with what I was eating, maybe a little guidance as to how I was eating. And but mostly I realized that I had been living as I was, like I was a victim,
Mm.
and uh, uh, and had no control over my time and my what I did, and my brain was all messed up because of that. I was constantly thinking that um, I was being picked on and that I
Mm.
couldn't do better because of outside circumstances. And Dara changed that.
Yeah. And how did that affect you?
Um, I asked my husband the other day what he thought of how the program had helped. And he said, well, besides you losing weight, you're just more cheerful. You
Oh.
don't get as upset about things. Um, I don't I don't often sit down and follow the model for my
Mhm.
thoughts, but I find myself thinking through things more,
Mhm.
and not letting myself, well, recognizing that I don't have to be a victim. I can choose
Mhm.
these. And when I say a victim, it's more just different people putting demands on my time. I am my sister's caregiver. She's mentally disabled, and my parents live right behind me, and a lot of a lot of times I didn't feel like I had control over my time. And sometimes I don't, but I have control over all the other times.
Mhm.
It was eye-opening when Dara said, okay, so how much time have you been driving your mom around this week? And we realized that I still had 112 hours in the week that I could use my way rather than driving my mom around.
Mhm.
And that's a lot of time compared
Right.
to the 6 that I'd taken with her.
Yeah, the other part too, just I'm always your coach, is you can always decide the time that you do to spend. Like that's always your decision. Like
Right.
who do you want to be? What kind of caregiver do you want to be? What kind of daughter do you want to be? And when you can reframe it that way, you say, how do I want to represent myself in
Right.
these situations? So that's so helpful.
It is. It really is. And I'm still working on it, and I still
Oh,
have my days.
welcome to being a human, right?
Yep. Yep.
We're all human. So, Can you talk to us a little bit about, so you did the 12-week program. How much weight have you lost and
Mhm.
how has that been going? Because you've been on your own with family situations and everything. You weren't able to sign up again. So tell us how that went or how that's going.
I have continued to lose, maybe not at the same rate.
Hmm.
Um, total, I've lost 25 pounds, um, which is amazing. The last
Hmm.
time I weighed this was when I went on this really structured diet that where you bought your food from the company
Yeah.
and I got to the point where I just couldn't keep doing that and
Mhm.
couldn't afford it. And so we figured, well, we can do this on our own, and we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but this time it's been much more gradual and it's been more consistent, even though I get stuck now and then.
Hmm.
Usually, like I was stuck at 197 and
Yeah.
then I was stuck at 186. I get stuck just above the fives somewhere.
Hmm.
and I'm stuck again, but I know what I need to do. And the big thing is, I think it went much faster when I had coaching, because not because I had to check in, we never have to check in,
Right.
but just the brain work and
Hmm.
the thought work makes a big difference.
Yeah. It's like cleaning it up, right? Cleaning up
Yep.
your thoughts, cleaning up what's
Yep.
going on so you can really see.
Yeah.
It's like having a clean
Recognizing.
house. Hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So you are able to overcome these obstacles. You're using the tools. I mean, you so often in the past, when you got stuck at a number, what would we do?
We would, you would coach us and we
Hmm.
would think through what we were doing
Yeah.
and what we were thinking mostly, and how to, sorry, I have a fly in here,
I
how
know
to
it's so
change,
distracting sometimes.
how to change those. A lot of times it was just a matter of changing how I was thinking, because I
Mhm.
could continue to do the same thing, but just changing my thought patterns made a difference. And I probably changed, because I changed my thoughts, I changed my actions some,
Mhm.
but not significantly. And that makes all the difference. So
Yeah.
now I need to commit to either finding the time and the money to re-up for a little while so that I
Yeah.
can regenerate some of those thoughts and feelings, or I need to commit to doing the thought work every day a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, and it's just like like it's just the same as if I was teaching you free motion quilting. You
mhm.
know, when you're learning a new skill, it's helpful to go back to the videos. It's helpful to get these new skills in your mind and new muscle memory. It's literally the way that I teach weight loss and this mind management that we talk about. It's just a skill that we're learning. And so it is really nice to have an instructor's eyes. It's nice to have that kind of support. And you know, I'm always here for you.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing an example, and I remember this back in coaching with food. So Julie has a lot of children and lots of family events and gatherings, and New Mexico is a little bit more open than we were here in Canada. And you were having some parties and events, and I'd love you to share what transition, just to give some practical um, uh, strategies to some of the ladies that are listening of what you did. I remember you had 2 days, no, sorry, two different family events on one day. And tell us how that went for you.
I'm trying to remember the specific
It
one
was about
because
brownies and the rolls.
well, I
You,
love brownies and rolls.
yeah, and you actually, this is I'll remind you because I have a
Okay.
good memory for these things. You had
Yeah.
talked about how you made, you had a lot of joy in making the brownies and bringing
Right.
them to the event. But you got the joy from making them, not eating them, because eating them made you feel sick.
Right.
Whereas and then the rolls, you just appreciated a mother, I think it was your sister-in-law, I can't remember who, had made them, and you appreciated the love that she had for making them and not, right? So I
Right.
remember that. Um, so just in closing, people who are thinking about coming into this program, what would be your advice to them?
I would say do all you can to do it, and at least for the first 12-week program. And Dara gives so much material that you can still review it later on and go
Mhm.
through it. The coaching makes all the difference. I have tons of diet books, and I have tons of information from other sources, and just and I've tried things with my husband, who has a very different idea about eating style and
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
Um, I, and I, and I've done group things where locally, but having Dara as an individual, a personal coach, and it made all the difference. And so often I wasn't the one that she was directly coaching, but I learned so much from listening to what she was telling others. And it really is a fantastic program. And Dara has a lot of great insights that really get you thinking and realizing that you're a good person and you can do this,
Yeah.
and your life will be better for it.
So can you believe that you've lost 25 pounds not having to count calories or exercise or any of that?
It's been wonderful, and I'm planning to lose another at least 20, I hope.
Let's do
So
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the other part too is when you join the program, so you get your own Facebook group, and then that group stays open for a year. And so,
Hmm.
Julie, I like how you post things and you still come back to that, and I still touch on that. We also have every month, the fourth Monday of the month, we have a
A
call.
follow-up.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
that how has that been for you?
That's been good. I've only been able to go to one because of travel on other times, but
Mhm.
it it really helped to get back in touch, and to it re-energized my thoughts and my desire to be more, to plan more, to be more careful
Yeah.
about doing what I already know works.
Well, and the other thing too is, and that this is also like me being your coach again, is remember you have the videos, you have
Hmm.
all the recordings from the all 12 weeks. And so that's also an access to you as well. You have that for that time. And of course, you have all the worksheets. You have all the lessons, all the worksheets, they're all there for you. So thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing this. So just
you're
if you
welcome.
had
Thank you.
if you were talking, you're welcome. If you were talking to somebody like at a guild meeting or something, and they're like, Julie, you've lost 25 pounds. You look so great. What have you done? And you tell them about this program, and they said, oh, but I don't know if I could do that. And that they're having some doubt. What would you say to them?
I would tell them that the coaching makes all the difference and it's totally worth it.
Love it.
The time and the expense. I'm worth it.
Yeah,
So
you're worth it. That's right.
yeah.
And you know what? Just like your husband said, you're a more cheerful and happy person to be around. So he's pretty. I think there's a lot of husbands out there that are actually. I have one client. Her husband keeps saying, "Do we need to give Dara more money? When do we need to pay her again?" Because he got his wife back,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
getting this whole new version of her that he hasn't experienced in so long. That his quality of life, everything is just so much better.
Yeah. Well, and the husbands get a lot. I mean, they change too. So
Yeah,
it's
they do.
good.
And I actually physically have husbands that have lost, um, some have lost like 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So, anyways, thank you so much.
You're
Um,
welcome. Thank
it's
you.
so good to talk to you. Bye-bye.
We love you, Dara. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.